There's a silence in nature that speaks louder than words, a knowing, a whisper that says, come home, back to yourself. That's the space where Bach Flower Remedies live. Not in the noise, not in the rush, but in the stillness, in the subtle, in the soul. Yet so many people try the remedies and feel nothing, or they feel something unexpected, or they give up. Today I want to talk to you about that. Let's explore some of the most common mistakes and misconceptions about Bach Flower Remedies, and of course how to truly work with them as sacred allies for your healing journey. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a Bach Flower practitioner, herbalist, student of esoteric and vibrational sciences, and emotional alchemist. For years, I've worked with the subtle power of flower remedies, not just as a theory, but as a living, breathing practice. I've used them with so many people, just like you, and on my own healing journey as well, through anxiety, people-pleasing, and emotional exhaustion. I believe that our emotions are sacred messengers, and that healing doesn't have to be forceful. It can be soft, intuitive, and rooted in nature. That's why I created my course Bloom into Balance, to guide you into the world of emotional healing through the Bach Flower Remedies. Whether you're just beginning or already on your path, it's a space for learning, remembering, and returning to yourself. And if you're curious about the deeper wisdom behind these flowers, or maybe you just want to feel more like yourself again, you are in the right place. So let's begin. In this video, we're going to explore something that almost no one talks about. The real reason so many people say, Bach Flower Remedies didn't work for me. But what if they did work? Just maybe not the way you expected. What if the healing was there, but you missed the signs? Or you stopped just before the real transformation began? We'll look at the most common mistakes people make with Bach Flower Remedies. The subtle traps that block the healing, the false expectations that keep you stuck, and how to finally work with the remedies. And if you've ever doubted them, or if you've ever doubted yourself in the healing process, this is for you. Number 1, I tried them, but they didn't work. I call this the consistency trap. How many times do I have clients or students or just people online who say they didn't work for me? And then when I ask, how long did you take them? They say, oh, just a few drops, maybe for a week, but then I forgot. It's unbelievable. Would you expect chamomile tea to calm your nerves if you never drank it? Would you expect pain relief from a pill if you didn't take it? No, of course not. And yet, with subtle energy, people think the rules don't apply. These remedies are not magic tricks. They're not miracles you consume. They are frequencies you tune into. They meet you where you are willing to show up. 4 drops, 4 times per day. It's not just a number, it's a rhythm, a promise, a sacred yes that must be lived every day. Number 2, I thought I'd wake up different. The expectation illusion, I call it. That's another big one. Expectations that don't allow with how healing actually works. People come to me and want to suddenly be overflowing with confidence, to become someone else entirely. But that's not how the soul heals. Yes, I've seen people immediately getting rid of their phobias or becoming more confident, and even myself. I couldn't say no without guilt, and somehow suddenly that guilt just evaporated. Poof, gone. But mostly what's really going on is just so deep. It needs more time. It's not something right away most of the time. And I too had a whole bunch of remedies before that gentle remedy worked on me, before I could let go so fast of that guilt. I'm shy. Give me confidence. I'm anxious. Make it stop. I'm drowning. Make me swim. But the remedies don't work like pills. They're not here to fix you. They are here to free you. And freedom takes courage. You don't take Mimulus and wake up roaring like a lion. You don't take Centauri and become Rambo overnight. That is not how the soul unfolds. What you do wake up with is a subtle strength, a whisper that says, maybe I don't need to say yes to everyone anymore. Maybe my truth is worth protecting. Maybe I've had the power all along, I just forgot. But you still have to act on that whisper. Flower remedies open the door, but you must walk through. Sometimes you want to set boundaries and you think the remedy will make you fierce and dominant. But instead it makes you softly clear, because you're not a dominant person. And being softly clear is really fine. Not everyone needs to be direct and loud. And here's a deeper shadow. And this is part 2 of this particular misconception. It's almost the opposite of what I just explained, where people want a quick fix change of who they are entirely. Sometimes people don't actually want change. They just want to feel better in a situation that is breaking their soul. They're living with someone who diminishes them, gaslights them, crushes their spirit a little more each day. And they come to me saying, can you give me something to help me cope? And my heart aches, because what they're really asking is, can you help me survive the unbearable so I don't have to face the terrifying unknown of leaving? But flower remedies will not help you numb out. They will not help you tolerate abuse. They will gently, insistently ask you to see that this is not love, this is not safety, this is not your home. They won't make you leave. Stepping through the door is your task, and they don't give you more stamina to endure the wrong life. They give you the clarity to walk away from it, even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble, even if you don't know where the path leads, because that is healing. Not comfort, but truth. Not escape, but emergence. So if you expect the remedies to do it for you, they won't. But if you are willing to let them walk beside you into the fire, through the fear, and out the other side, they will every single time. I've had clients who are in painful, even abusive situations, and they want me to give them something to help them cope. But maybe, just maybe, the remedy doesn't want to help you endure what's wrong. Maybe it wants to help you leave, to draw the line, to remember your worth. This is the remedy's work, not numbing you, but waking you up. Number 3. Now I feel worse, and this is the truth about layers. Sometimes people say, I took the remedy and now I feel guilty. Or I was kind of doing fine and now I just want to cry. And they think, did I choose the wrong one? Is this bad? But it's not bad, it's great. It means the remedy is working. You see, emotions don't vanish, they wait. They bury themselves under years and years and years of coping and surviving and smiling when it hurts, of doing what you had to do just to get through. So maybe for years you've been angry, sharp, defensive, cold. And now you take the flower essence and suddenly you're sad. And under the sadness, guilt. And under the guilt, a child who just wanted to be loved. These are not new problems. They are old truths finally allowed to arise. We are not made of single stories. We are layered like the petals of a flower. Grief over fear, fear over shame, shame over longing. So when one layer softens, another is revealed. It doesn't mean something's gone wrong. It means something is finally moving. Real healing is not linear. It's not a straight line from problem to better. It's a spiral, a dance, sometimes a storm before the clearing. And this is where people give up. They think, I feel worse, so this must be wrong. No, you feel more, And that is exactly right. You are thawing, unfreezing parts of yourself you locked away long ago. And yes, that can ache. But it also means your heart is waking up. So don't be afraid of the guilt. Don't run from the sadness. It's not the enemy, it's the doorway. Let the remedies walk with you through the layers, through the truth, all the way down to the core of your being. Because what's waiting underneath it all, it is not just another wound, it is you, whole, soft, radiant, and finally free. Sometimes, after taking remedies like Star of Bethlehem, the remedy that helps releasing trauma, you could find yourself suddenly overwhelmed by tears. Tears you didn't expect. Tears that feel heavy and uncomfortable. You might think, well, why am I crying now? I didn't want to feel the sadness again. But that crying is not a sign of weakness. It is the gentle unraveling of grief. The soul's quiet mourning for what was lost, for the wounds that time never fully healed. Grief can be unpleasant, raw, messy, unsettling, but it is also a release. Each tear is a petal falling away, making space for light to enter. With Star of Bethlehem, you're not numbing the pain. You're allowing it to flow through you so it can finally leave. And on the other side of those tears, there is a deep, tender peace, a freedom you didn't even know you needed. So when the tears come, don't push them away. They are the soul's way of healing softly, beautifully, one drop at a time. When people never cried over their grief, Star of Bethlehem will help the river flow so it can release, and sometimes quite literally. Number 4. I don't feel anything. I call this the awareness blind spot. So how many times have I seen this? A client says, no, I don't think it's working. I still have the same issues. To give you an example, I once had a client who was scared to go to work because his boss was horrible. And when I asked him how he was doing, he first answered me, great, and I have a girlfriend, and I had holidays, and my brother come over, and he brought me a really great gift. And I say, that's great, but of course, I need to check if the remedies are working. So I asked him specifically, the last time we spoke, you were really upset about going to work. You felt scared, you lacked confidence, and you were worried. How are you doing now? And he might say something like, I don't really think the remedies work because I don't really remember when I was scared to go to work. So that is the moment that I realize that they forgot about their problem and that they don't have it anymore. They can't even remember. The fear is gone. But because it left softly, without drama, they didn't even notice. Can you feel your hair growing? Can you hear your heart softening? Healing isn't always a thunderstorm. Sometimes it's a dewdrop. Sometimes it's the first breath after years of holding it in. You have to pay attention. Journal, reflect, be present. The shift is there, but it asks to be witnessed. It is often in hindsight that people notice their problem is gone because they didn't notice in the moment. As the problem goes, it also disappears from our consciousness. Number 5, I took it and then I stopped. I call this the premature goodbye. So many people quit right at the edge of a breakthrough. They take one remedy, they feel a little better, and then they stop. They think the mountain has moved, but really, they just stepped on the first stone. Or here's another version. They take the remedy in a crisis, and it works fast because they're in an emergency. They feel amazed. But then, as the problems become much more subtle, more internal, they lose interest. No more big wow moments. So they give up. But here's the truth. The deeper you go, the more nuanced the healing becomes. You're not just fixing emergencies, you're reweaving your essence. Don't stop after the first sign of relief. There is more, so much more. Number 6, I only use rescue remedy. Staying on the surface. It is really wonderful to use rescue remedy in a panic attack. It's beautiful to soothe yourself in a crisis. But that's the beginning, not the end. If you keep feeling anxious every time you're alone, is it fear of abandonment? Do you carry wounds from your childhood? Do you take on emotions that don't even belong to you? Then you need more than a rescue. You might need mimulus, aspen, walnut. You need the remedy that holds the root, not just the symptom. Because unless you go to the origin, the same feeling will keep growing back, like weeds that were never really pulled by the root. Number 7, I took the remedies, but I call this the timing and remedy puzzle. Sometimes the remedies don't seem to work, not because they are wrong, but because they weren't the right key yet. Healing is delicate. Healing is a delicate dance, and every soul journey unfolds in its own timing. You might choose remedies for courage when what you truly need is healing for fear. Or maybe you reach for rescue remedy in moments when deeper roots call for attention. It's like trying to open a locked door with the wrong key. No matter how much you turn it, the door will not budge. And sometimes the timing isn't right. You might take a remedy before you are ready to meet what it reveals. This isn't failure. It's part of the sacred dialogue between you and the remedies. If you find the remedies confusing or not working, it's a sign to pause, to reflect, and perhaps ask for guidance. And this is where I can walk with you with a personalized consultation or my deep dive course. I'll help you find the right remedies at the right time, so the door to your healing can open gently and your soul can bloom in its own perfect rhythm. Because you don't have to walk this journey alone. The remedies are waiting, and so am I. So what do you do instead? You commit, you go slow, you go deep. Take the remedies daily. Observe, write, feel. Ask yourself questions. Sit with yourself. Let discomfort be a sign not of failure, but of unfolding. These are not drops in a bottle. They are keys to who you truly are underneath the fear, the guilt, and the patterns. And if you walk with them, not just once, not just in crisis, but as part of your soul spot, they will walk with you all the way home. Thank you so much for being here. If this touched you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs this, and in the comments tell me what is the biggest insight you've had with Bach Flower Remedies. Or maybe what still confuses you. I've got a free beginner's guide for you to download in the links in the description. And of course, my contact is also there if you want to have a private one-on-one consultation with yours truly. I'd be delighted to help you unravel yourself. And I also made a comprehensive course, Bloom into Balance, so you can use Bach Flower Remedies yourself to help yourself. No prior knowledge needed. It includes a pre-recorded course, a workbook, bonuses, quizzes, but also access to a private community and my full support, as I'll be answering all your questions and giving live Q&As and lessons for those who want to attend. You're very much welcome there. I really loved making this video and I hope it will help you continue your road with these beautiful flower remedies. See you in the next one.